Hello, everyone. It has been a while.
We've been hiding
We've been hiding. We've been hiding
in
under
our
the
in our caves.
on our caves. Yeah. um, well, thank you so much for joining us today. We are now live from sunny Florida. What have we been? I mean, we haven't seen you guys for quite some time now, so let us know where you're watching from. I see some people from Ohio, from Germany. Let us know what airplane do you fly, because I'm very curious to see what airplanes are out there. I've pretty seen, I mean, the past year, or since I've been working here at Levil, I've been seeing like pretty interesting airplanes. So I'm always curious to know what people are flying nowadays. So
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a while. We were hoping to do lives every month or every Friday. We were doing it for some time, but it's been a crazy year, and that's what we're gonna be discussing. What has Level been up to in 2024? What we have been doing, what new projects are coming for 2025. We're going to be discussing this in this live and basically give you an update on Level Aviation.
yeah, so it's been a pretty interesting year, and I see some people commenting, "Hello from France, Arizona, Socara, Lancer." Those are type of airplanes. So those are really nice airplanes. But yeah, if you have an iLevil product, also let us know which product do you have, and if you have any questions for us, we're gonna be probably answering throughout uh, the live, or probably at the end. So
Yeah.
we'll
I want to say hi to Paul. He's in all our lives. Hey Paul, good to see you again. Or Texas, yay.
let's see. So what have we been? What have you been doing, Ananda, in the past year?
Okay, so shows we assisted Sun and Fun and Oshkosh,
We did.
and
We were also at Aero. We were at the show in Alaska. Aero is a show in Germany. So if you're in that area, let us know. We're gonna be there also next year. In Alaska, we go to the Great Alaska Gathering. So if you are also there, make sure you stop by and say hi. Sun and Fun, Oshkosh. We do our and then we also walk around sometimes. AEA and BAA. So if you're not those shows, we'll most likely be there as well.
I would say the biggest announcement that we made at Oshkosh was we were looking for beta testers for a wireless autopilot. I think 2024 overall, we did two things. We worked on our wireless autopilot, we worked on the 3-axis autopilot, and we also did a lot of product improvements. I think this year we took the time to just gather all the history and everything that happened with the bomb, the autopilot, iLevil, Astrolink, and we said, okay, how can we improve these products that we have now? And we really just concentrated on research and development on 2024. We did not launch any products, but we will be announcing a release in a few moments, and so we have some good news for you. So yeah, let's start talking about wireless autopilot and
Do
what
it.
we announced at Oshkosh.
Yes.
If you weren't there and you didn't get to see the announcement.
So what do we have for wireless autopilot? I got two servos right here. So how does this work?
So, okay, if you are familiar with Level Autopilot, you know that it's a trim tab based autopilot. So basically, you put this little trim tab on an aileron and the elevator, and you have a servo here that is driving the trim tab, and that's how we move the airplane to get to a destination. For this to work, you have to connect the wiring for the servo all the way to where the iLevil AP is in the cockpit. And so the idea was, okay, how can we make it even more simpler. This is the lightest autopilot in the world. Everything, including the servos and the trim tab, it's like a pound, something like that. If you add the wiring harness, it's a pound and a half.
Yeah.
And so, because wiring is the most complex thing, we thought about doing a wireless version. We wanted something that you can peel and stick, and you have a autopilot solution in 5 minutes. And so, because we were, pioneers in self-powered avionics,
yeah.
we implemented everything that we learned from the bomb, and we put it in this mini size. I mean, like, this is, in my hand, is really small. You can see it uses the technology of the bomb to get power from the air and power the little servo that will be driving the trim tab. So this basically is all you need. You don't have to wire this to the iLevil. All the communication is similar to Wi-Fi. It's not based on Wi-Fi protocols. We developed our own protocols to be able to have very reliable signals between the servos and the iLevil itself. And then the communication from the iLevil to your iPad is Wi-Fi. It will work with the Joy. The Levil Joy is a grip that we designed for our Levil autopilots. So the wireless autopilot works the same, except you don't have to wire anything to it. And so at Oshkosh, we announced that we are very close, and we're looking for beta testers to bring this technology to market. We need to test. We need to test in different airframes. We need to test at different speeds. We need to test communications in aluminum airframes, fabric airframes, everything. So we announced at Oshkosh that we were looking for 20 beta testers.
For beta testers, yes.
And we got like 100 applications. So it was really tough to select who was going to participate in this. And so I think we've finalized.
We finalized all of our beta tester list. We kind of narrow it down to like who can receive this wireless autopilot and all that stuff. So we're going to be announcing probably, or I'm going to be sending an email for those who sign up, what the process is now for us to send the iLevil AP, or some of you, unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff so don't feel bad if you did not qualify, but there's some certain requirements. Some people did not qualify just because maybe they're not in the US, or maybe we have way too many of the same airplanes or same style of airplanes. We did get a lot of RVs application, which is what we currently fly, what we're currently testing on, but we need a different configuration. So if you did not qualify, we're gonna give you a discount too when in the future, when you're gonna buy the autopilot. We'll give you a discount for participating on our
and supporting us.
Yeah.
It's
so
not
really
that we don't like you or anything. We just had certain. For us, it's better if you're closer. Like if somebody applied in California and somebody applied here in Orlando. We prefer the Orlando one because we can go and see and install and fly locally. So
yeah. But we did see a lot of people signing up for that wireless autopilot, and we really appreciate it. Some of you were certified airplanes. As of right now, we're not able to install it on certified airplanes. But yeah, just don't feel bad if we didn't select you, but it was because of certain requirements. But for your support, we're gonna give you a discount once the unit is released. So
for those that did qualify, and are wondering like when does the beta program start? It's scheduled to start next year, so the first quarter of 2025. We're gonna be sending. So you're gonna get an email soon about if you already have an iLevil, you have to send it to us to do all the firmware upgrades, and then we can start the trials in 2025. So we are very excited, depending on the results of of the beta test and what we need to improve. Maybe we need a bigger turbine if you're flying slow or stuff like that. I mean, we've been testing the wireless autopilot for about 3 years, 5 years now.
It's been a while now, yeah.
So it has lots of hours, but in only one airframe, and I feel we are ready to start testing. So after that, we are hoping to announce the release of the wireless autopilot next year, so that it will be available for everybody, and then from there we'll see where we go. If there has been talks about certification, I know it's a popular question. The first question is, will it be certified? Can I use it on my certified airplane? We don't know yet. That's why we're doing all this testing, but hopefully in the future we can try that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, like, if we're able to do a certification somewhere in the near future, or because a lot of people do ask, like, hey, will it be, if it gets done, will it be maybe in the next 6 months? I'm like, I don't know. Things with certification take quite some time, so we'll see.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that for wireless autopilot. I think that's what took most of the.
Let's talk about
2024
installation. There's not much difference from our wire autopilot, except for what you mentioned about the wiring. But where do we connect this? How do we connect it, and what?
I mean, it's pretty much the same as the wired one. You'll need one on the aileron and one on the elevator, depending on the it has to be underneath. So under the elevator, you'll put your little trim tab connected to this guy instead of this guy. So you'll have a rod going to this. This weighs almost the same as the current one. We try to make it as light as possible. Yeah. It is a little heavier, yes, it is. But you have to do the balancing of the surfaces the same way that you would do this one. The advantage of this is that because it is wireless, and this is a executive decision that we have to make, is it compatible with, or would it be compatible with the bomb? And I think it can be, because everything is wireless, so you technically don't need an iLevil AP in the airplane. You could use the bomb connected to your wireless autopilot and have the angle of attack and easier installation and all the benefits of the bomb. You could also use it with the Astro Plus, which is the most cost-effective way. So if you just want the autopilot and a cost-effective ADS-B solution, that could be a possibility too. So all of this we will be testing in the near future. What devices are compatible? Maybe even it works even better with the bomb because it's outside and everything is outside and it's communicating better. So yeah, it's exciting because it opens having an autopilot now, not just with the iLevil AP, but with any products that we offer. So it's exciting.
All right, we're getting some before all the questions disappear from us. We're getting some stuff here from the chat. It says, last time I reached out to you, AP for 650 were still for kind of for experimental. Have you gotten into this to refine the solution yet as to the tab placement for aileron and rudder? So yes, we're still in the as we explained, still on the for experimental airplanes, but we'll get to certification if we get there. Using the bombs since a few weeks on our Socata. That's a nice That's a nice, pretty fast speed airplane. So send us some pictures. You can send me pictures to ricardo@levil.com. We'd love to share all these pictures on our social media. So so all the people can see what kind of installation you been doing and what kind of airplanes our units are flying on. Let's see. Hello from Arkansas, 750 Cruiser. That's beautiful. Let's see, we got Paul. Hello, thank you for the reminder about the live. I have a Lancer and I am interested in the standalone yaw damper, which we're gonna get to that in a couple of minutes. Ricardo said, last year that it will be available. How's it coming? So we got some news coming here for you. But yes, we do have some updates. For AP, can we store presets for trim settings? Example, takeoff, cruise, impressive progress on the wireless version.
You cannot have store presets for the trim currently.
That's a pretty interesting.
That is pretty interesting. let me put it on my to-do list. Yeah, that is interesting. We'll look into that. Thanks for the suggestion.
Perfect. Let's see, what else do we have here? Tom from Arkansas.
He's excited for the wireless autopilot version.
For
Me
a
too.
Piper Cup. Yeah, me
Me
too.
too.
Installing on my ultralight. Yeah, that's Jim, thank you so much for sharing that and share some pictures too. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can benefit as well from the installation. I've seen your installation as well, and it looks really, really nice. I'm installing the AP, but we'll wait on the wireless to install the trim tabs. Will there be any changes on the AP unit? As of right now, there's no maybe firmware upgrades.
There's firmware upgrades for the wireless. It's just it's a different firmware in the sense that we need to communicate now wirelessly to the servos. But other than that, if you already have an iLevil AP, you can just send it to us, or we'll send you the instructions to update the firmware, and that's it.
This is a question that we also get a lot. Do you consider adding Flaperon protocol to the bomb?
Yes, we consider. Yes. We actually, that was part of 2024 development. We were trying to do include the FLARM and the new ADSL, I think it's for Europe, protocol, but the priority was the wireless autopilot, and so we put that in a little corner for now. So yes, it is on the one to do list, but not for this. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it for this year. Probably, I don't know if next year, if we're doing the wireless autopilot release. I can't promise anything, but I did start the development of it. So maybe there's hope for next year.
So what about an iLevil AP for gyroplanes?
iLevil AP for gyroplanes.
It's
yeah. Because it is a trim tab based autopilot, we would have to see how we can yeah.
We will have to look into that.
We'll send Ruben this question because he's the genius behind the AP.
Will this be a firmware or hardware upgrade?
For if you want to turn your current iLevil AP to be compatible with wireless servos, it's a firmware update. That's it. Firmware.
Perfect. So let's talk about the other things we were going to talk about. If you have more questions, please let us know. We do have updates today, like about the wireless. We did the wireless autopilot. We do have some updates about the yaw damper, and then what we've been doing throughout the year.
And the sales.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are now. This is the announcement that we have before the end of the year. 3-axis autopilots. This has been in the books for a long time. I know we've discussed this in several lives. People that have adverse yaw that wanted, or flaperons that needed that extra axis, we finally finished everything on it. One of the things is that we didn't have enough or extra ports on the DB15 to power a third servo. So what we end up doing is reusing one of the auxiliary ports. So auxiliary 0, specifically pin 11, is now repurposed. You can change it so that it powers one extra servo. And that's where you would connect the third axis. And the third axis essentially goes on the rudder, and it will help with the adverse yaw. Most of the airplanes out there that have 2 axes and using our autopilot, it works perfect. You don't need that third axis, but some airplanes do, and so we worked a lot this year to try and bring this third axis to the public. And
yeah, those are for a lot of airplanes, like very slow speed flying airplanes that that when they're doing a turn, you might require a little bit of rudder help in order to keep a coordinating turn. So that's why it hasn't been working for certain people, because like a 2-axis, because you need a third axis
autopilot.
And
a 3-axis autopilot is actually very hard for people to accomplish, because the traditional servos that you have to install the mechanics of it becomes complicated when it comes to the rudder. So that's why people were excited for a trim tab based 3-axis autopilot, because it makes this now a possibility for them. So yeah, if you need a 3-axis autopilot, when is it going to be available?
It's available it's for sale for the 3-axis autopilot. The wire version is going to be available from next Wednesday. You're going to start on our website. Everything will be updated so you can buy a 3-axis autopilot. We're going to have a sale coming up, so from Wednesday until December 3rd, I believe.
We have Black Friday
We have a
sales.
Black Friday sale, but we're going to start early since next Wednesday with the release of the 3-axis autopilot. So make sure you go to our website, levilaviation.com. We're going to have the code BF24, which is our Black Friday sale. We're going to start early, so make sure you get in line, because we are getting orders. So make sure you get in line.
So, okay, here's the thing. If you already have an iLevil, like I mentioned, the new way to put a third axis is through auxiliary 0. You need a little adapter. So you have to buy the kit from us on the website. I think we're gonna sell an individual kit for you to install that third axis. If you are buying an iLevil and you want the 3-axis, then make sure you select the 3-axis iLevil, because the wiring, the harness will include now that third axis cabling that you need. And then on the app, you have to configure your auxiliary port for a yaw damper. We're doing videos this week on how to install this, so hopefully on YouTube you'll be able to see what you have to do to install the third axis.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to mention, since the holidays are right around the corner, Black Friday sale, you get 10% off. Also, we decided that we're also going to give away a free hat for any orders that we get. So you get a Levil Aviation hat as well with your order. So make sure you put your orders in. So that way we'll send you a hat. And if you want to customize your hat with your tail number, just let us know. We can do that as well. But yeah, from this Wednesday, we'll do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what else? Some questions here. Carbon fiber, building a Whitman tailwind, new dual screen panel, 3AW and GRT EIS. Oh, speaking about GRT EIS, one super cool thing we saw at Oshkosh is a new company that is developing, I don't know if it's already for sale, but they were developing a alternative, like a drop-in replacement for the
For the
GRT
GRT.
with a really nice digital screen. And we work together so that it's a plug and play. And so if you're looking for an engine monitoring solution, a little bit more modern than the GRT EIS, you can take a look at it's, I don't know how to pronounce it. What's the company? Wapsi Aero or
No, I'm not sure, but yeah, we can actually we should do a live with him. They can show us the new version of.
we'll have him on the channel and he can show you guys the new EIS solution is super cool. Okay, what else we have here? Will the AP be able to have mixed servos, like 2-axis wired and the 3rd axis wireless? Yes. Yes. I don't sound very confident because we haven't mixed it, but technically, yes, if you're using the iLevil AP, which has the wired connections, yes, you will be able to.
Perfect. Will it be possible to use a totally wireless 3-axis AP?
Yes.
Yeah. So that will be the whole goal of to have a full 3-axis autopilot without the needs to do any wiring or to run any wires through the aircraft, which is very very difficult to run wires. So that's the whole goal for us, to make it very simple installation and something that it's
You can also have
quick.
a 1-axis autopilot just for yaw damper if you don't care about autopilot at all or wings leveling, but you are tired of pushing that rudder
Yeah, on a long cross country.
and you just
For
want your
those backcountry.
airplane to fly straight. You could do Astro Plus with a yaw damper. That's the beauty of the wireless autopilot.
Yes. Yeah. So that's a pretty interesting. Now that you mention it, because we do have a lot of like backcountry flyers that sometimes they decided to do a long cross country, but then you have to stick your foot on the rudder just to make it fly like straight. so yeah, we do. We're gonna have that option for those that just want a yaw damper.
Okay, we have Jack. I just ordered a 2-axis a few weeks ago and I am waiting still due to the chip shortage. Would it be easier to just cancel and reorder? If you no, because I mean, if you order and you're on the wait list, if you cancel and order, then you might be pushed behind. I will say we are in production as we speak. They're producing everything there. So even though if you order a few weeks ago, you'll still get the new technology. Sometimes we have long lead times because of pilots that are ordering, and we know we're gonna be producing brand new iLevil APs with enhanced technology. We try to wait a little bit so that you get the latest ones, and then we're not returning and and updating. So if you order recently, you're gonna get the latest iLevil.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons, not necessarily because of chip shortages. I think we sort that out, but it's because we're coming out with this newer technology. We want to make sure that your unit is the latest and greatest. So that's probably also one of the reasons we are experiencing some delays. Let's see, what other questions do we have here on the chat? Where were we? I got lost.
Any updates for the Joy to adjust trim for other than pitch? Yeah, yeah. This was kind of forced, I guess. In the sense that we are releasing a 3-axis autopilot. So next on the list is update the Joy so that you can maneuver the rudder as well. And so yes, I think we're gonna the next production run for the Joys. The idea was to change it so that it can do a 3-axis on trim, but we don't have that yet. We still have some well, we have we kind of have to rush now, because if we are releasing the 3-axis next week, then we need to do the Joy. So yes, what we were waiting on is finalize the 3-axis autopilot to start updating the Joys. So the answer is yes, there will be. There isn't it yet available, but it will soon be. It's just a software change that I have to do.
Let's see. Greetings from Finland. I'd be curious about the AP stability in turbulence weather versus normal autopilots. Any experience? So flying through, the beauty about the iLevil AP and the trim tab on turbulence, like the AP makes very little corrections. So you don't flying through turbulence. A lot of autopilots, since you have to connect an actual servo, the servo is kind of fighting with the airplane to keep it straight and level. So that's why some people with traditional servos do experience some
lag, I guess.
Yeah,
on the
controls. But with the trim tab system, you don't experience that. So when you're on turbulence and you have the iLevil AP with the trim tab base, the feedback is almost instantly. So the iLevil flies beautifully through turbulence.
I mean, there is a limit on how much turbulence.
Yeah.
So in light turbulence, your experience, it would be a smoother flight. On turbulence, there's a limit where there's nothing that we can do. But yeah, normally you can see there's actually a video from Corey Robbins.
I think so, yeah.
The first time he went on and tried the autopilot, there is a lot of turbulence, and you can see the reaction of the trim tabs and his perspective on the flight on it. So don't take it from us. Look Corey Robbins on YouTube, and I think one of the videos is like testing the trim tab autopilot.
Mm-hmm. So let's see what other questions do we have here. Perfect at 3-axis. Thank you guys. Great.
While you're working on the Joy, please add press buttons for takeoff, cruise, and landing. That way we can store appropriate settings. Oh my goodness. I don't think we have the real the space for any more buttons.
I don't have a Joy here.
We would have to redesign the entire Joy. Okay, let us think about it. How we can do those presets. That would be cool. And then finally, I'm building a Zenith. Which of your products do you recommend to fly into Class B and Class C? Now you're... and what should I wire for the future-proof my plane for your products? I would rather have wired than wireless. The iLevil AP is the recommendation if you want autopilot. If you are building, what you can do is buy the harness. That way you don't invest in something. You can buy the
extension cables, yeah.
The harness and the trim tab kit, and so you can install all the wiring, and you don't have to install the trim tabs, but that's just a super simple step to do. But if you want, then just buy the 3 trim tabs or 2-axis trim tab kit, and that's it. And when you're ready, then you can purchase the iLevil AP.
Yeah, so that's just a pretty simple, what's it called? Installation.
And then we
What's
have a
after?
question: the camera option on the app, what is it for? We had a camera option because like 7 years ago we wanted to do we call it the bomb companion, that had infrared cameras and altimeter radars and a bunch of extra things that we could put. So it was there because we were doing the tests, but I don't know what happened with the project. I mean, so many projects that some take more priorities than others. So we stopped that development. I don't think that the demand was there for us to finalize the design. This was, I mean, if you come to Levil, you'll see all the crazy things that we do here, mostly for our entertainment. Like, can we do a camera? And then we just, we experiment with a lot of things.
Yeah. We do all of our instruments here in the United States. We do have a pick and place machine. We do our boards, everything. So we're able to, we do all the manufacturing here. So we're able to experiment with different.
In a very short period of time.
Yeah.
So ignore the camera for now. I should take that off from the app.
Let's see. So currently testing AP on a 750 cruiser. Oscillations on heading make it unusable. How do I get help? You probably will need a third axis autopilot. So.
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily. If you have oscillations, that means you have too much amplification on the heading servo. So lowering your K value for both heading and the roll should help you out. The first thing, or the easiest thing, is disable the heading completely and test your autopilot on trim. If you're able to trim, that's step one. Then the trim tab size is good for your airplane. If you're not able to trim and it's wandering, then we need to figure out the trim tab size first. If the airplane is trimming perfect with the trim tabs, then we go into the amplification of the servos. So just go with the roll K values. You activate the autopilot, give some control on the roll, and the airplane should come back to level. So we're testing wings level first. It should not oscillate when doing a wings level. It should go boop and stay there. After you achieve this, then you move into heading. And then if it's oscillating, then reduce that amplification. Oscillations means too much amplification.
Too much, yeah. Let's see, we got some other questions here. I hope the little guy hanging on behind the wall, behind Ricardo's, left on Halloween. Actually, he's been there the entire year. And this is, I don't know if you know about us, but we also have a sister company where we make CNC machines and 3D printers. And this is a little guy printed on one of our machines. Those hips don't lie. But yeah, he's been hanging there the entire year. So, but yeah, that's something with 3D printer on our own 3D printer. So yeah, we do a lot of stuff here.
One important question: clarify the 3-axis wireless AP. Will it be available for sale? It will not be available. The wireless version, this is on beta test. We're gonna start beta testing next year, first quarter.
Yeah.
And depending on how that goes, we then release a production version. So from research development and beta testing to production, there's a lot of things that need to go. So we don't have a clear date yet on when this is going to be released. We're working 24/7 on this, but definitely not available for Black Friday sale.
Yeah, we only have the for the Black Friday sale. You will save 10% off, but only on the 3-axis wire version. So let's see, if I buy a Joy now, will I be able to get an upgrade later when you add the 3-axis feature and presets?
You can get an upgrade, but it's a firmware update which you can do remotely, and you will need to change the front plate of the Joy to include the lettering for you to be able to know which trim axis is activated.
Yeah.
Because currently it's only pitch, so we need to let you know where you are. So you have to change the front plate and do a firmware update. So yes, the same hardware will be compatible, but just a minor plate change.
Perfect. Yeah, let us know. Keep commenting. Let us know your questions. Ananda, we also have some exciting new features on the app. I saw.
Yeah, we did a little bit of improve. Well, we're always updating our app. I get suggestions every month of you should do this, you should do that, and I add them little by little. I would say the most noticeable one, most of them are bug fixes or increase this font here, or maybe when you have multiple windows the fonts get shorter, so I fixed all of that. But I wanted to show you guys one cool thing. This was suggested by a customer, so thank you. We do take your comments and feedback into consideration all the time. So this was suggested by a customer on a speed gauge. He wanted to have ground speed and airspeed indication, and to know if he had tailwind or headwind. And so the way we design it, where's my iLevil? Here, is that you can see, let me put some pressure on the dynamic one. So now you can see this trend, I guess. Right now we're on the green, so the orange needle is my GPS speed at 136, and so technically I have a headwind. I'm going faster than I'm actually going, and then this would be
tailwind.
A tailwind.
Yeah.
A tailwind, and this would be a headwind. So yeah, if you use this gauge and you see this green and red features, that's what it means. It just shows you how you are in reference to the ground speed. And that's it. We fixed the outside air temperature for the Grand Rapids EIS. If you have the 2000 version or the 4000 version, the OAT changes. So we fixed that. It should display the correct temperature now. And the way to do it, can you put that? The way to do it is on engine. You go to configurations. The first thing at the very top, it says level GRT 2000, GRT 4000, 6000. You just have to select what you have, and then on the OAT where it says units, if you're using Celsius, then you put a capital C in there, and this will convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius, and you should have the proper OAT. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect.
Yeah, you can see now on the Autopilot interface, in the middle there's a yaw option. So that's how you would control the 3-axis Autopilot. If we go to configuration, there's a using yaw control. So if you don't have a 3-axis Autopilot, you can disable that, and now that yaw interface is not there bothering you because you don't need it. If you are using a 3-axis Autopilot, then you enable that, and then the yaw control will thing. The cool thing is that if you click level, it will automatically engage all three axes. So your airplane should be flying nice, straight, and level. And but you can also control it individually. So if I, tap yaw, you can also trim in yaw. So you have your left and right in there, and yeah.
Perfect. We got a question here from Fred. Says, do you have a link for the new version? A link for, I'm not sure.
The new version, what?
That's what I'm not sure.
On the, like, a link on the website to see it. It will be released on
Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Yeah, so we'll have it up on Wednesday. I think, do we have any more updates? Is there anything else from you?
No, I think that's it.
Perfect. Well, I think that concludes our live for the day. If you have any questions, please let us know. Like I said, do you have a link for the new firmware version?
For the 3-axis, we don't have it on the website. Send us an email to info@levil.com and we'll send you the instructions and the new firmware.
Yeah. Perfect.
There was one thing that my dad wanted you guys to see. So we're gonna show it here, but this is one of the crazy developments again that we're testing. This is the current. This is the slow speed. Yes,
this is the
slow speed turbine. It's a little bigger. I guess the challenge here at Levil is trying to fit the bomb for all all speeds, and there's limitations on if with one turbine, if you go too fast, then it doesn't work on slow speed, so you have to design different shapes. And so this is the new development that my dad has been doing. It uses the fast speed turbine, which it's a little smaller, but we redirect the air a lot more efficient to the turbine, so it's able to work and charge the battery and everything at much lower speeds. And he wanted to know your opinion as to if you would prefer this design or this design. As far as drag, I asked him, like, does this create more drag? And he says it's the same as the slow speed turbine because the blades are bigger. So would this be a cool replacement for the slow speed turbine? Let us know what you think. That way we can just maintain one turbine for this faster airplanes. And then if you have a slower speed, you just need this adapter, and that's it.
No, but there's a lot of other differences, like other than maybe looks. But for example, probably the cost of manufacturing this turbine is a lot higher than what we do here. So this will probably increase the cost of the unit just because we make this turbine here in-house, and we require a full simultaneous 5-axis machine. I know it sounds a little complicated, but to machine a propeller, it's very, very complex. So this will help to
reduce the cost.
Yeah.
Overall cost of the bomb. Yeah.
So let us know. Let us know what you think. I think that's it for us for today. Let us know in the comments. Reach out to us. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We're pretty much everywhere. We're on LinkedIn. So I just put a little banner right there if you haven't had a chance to write down where we are. Facebook, Levil Aviation. We have our Facebook community page. So if you're more than welcome to join us. If you have any questions, or if you're a pilot that already installed our units, just go to our Levil Aviation official community page, share your pictures, ask questions. We'll be there, and other pilots will be there to answer questions if they have done a pretty similar installation. If you have any questions, if you have a unit, if you have some support question, we have our email on the screen, aviationsupport@levil.com. We're also on Instagram, Levil Aviation, and then LinkedIn, Levil Aviation. Also, I'm going to share here my phone number. If you ever want to reach out to me, I'm on WhatsApp as well. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. You're more than welcome to call me. I'm available from 9 to 5. You call me at midnight, I will probably not answer, but I'm right there if you ever want to chat with me. So
Nobody wants to chat.
yeah, nobody wants to chat with me, but I can send it to Ananda. And I think that's it for today. I will probably see you next time. We don't have a schedule live because Ananda and I will be doing some traveling in the next couple of weeks. But I hope to see you maybe in December, somewhere around that area. So, but take advantage of our discount, our Black Friday sale, November 13th to December 3rd, 10% off plus a Levil Aviation hat. Everything will be automatically, so you don't have to, there's a code, but you don't have to put everything, you're gonna get the 10% off right away. So we're gonna have the 3-axis live from Wednesday, and then from Wednesday and on. So
It was good. It was good
to be
to
back.
catch up with you guys. It's been a pleasure, and see you next time.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.